Okay, my name's Gary, and I have a kitchen business in Northampton, New Hampshire. I'm about 45 minutes away from Boston, near the seacoast of New Hampshire. And my market area is probably about 50,000 people or so. Here's my website. I want to just show you something that a lot of people aren't doing. A lot of people don't understand the value and how powerful it is, and how I get at least 10 kitchens a year from this lead source. I'm going to type in kitchen remodel and in Google and hit enter. Anybody that is typing that phrase in, more than likely I want to talk to, because they might be thinking about doing a kitchen remodel. So what pops up first is the paid listings, but that's not what I want to show you. That's not the area that I think that is really important. It's the area that I want you to focus on is this right here, the local listings. And my business name is called the Kitchen Gallery. You can see here, Kitchen Gallery. If I open this link in a new tab, you'll see that this is my website. See, they're identical. This is my website. And then if you go to, and this is why it's so powerful. I'm gonna hit my Google Plus page. There's a picture of me. There's another picture of me. Hopefully you see the resemblance. This is what I want you to see. In about a year and a half, I've had 21,866 views. Just think about that for a moment. So I can tell you that these 21,000 views that I've enjoyed have certainly resulted in business, and I think conservatively 10 kitchens, probably much more than that, but I like to be conservative. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show is I'm going to manage my Google page. I'm the manager of this page, so I'm going to manage it. And I want to look at some stats. These are my stats on a monthly basis. Last 30 days, 1,668 total views. Now, this is a spike, which I can't really explain. Sometimes that might happen, so I'm going to discount that quite a bit, 770 views. But you can see my daily volume here. We have 15, 20, 0, 51, 84, 84. These are daily volumes. 70, 17, 59, 18, 0 because it's Christmas, 45, 30, 44, 12. So you can, I think you got the idea. Basically, I'm getting a decent amount of traffic to my Google Plus page. Maybe they're going to my website, and then maybe a good portion of those are finally making a phone call. Now, I'm not in a, like I said, I'm not in a very big town. I'm going to type in population of Northampton. I'm in a town where there's 4,200 people. There's next door there's Hampton, and they do have I do a fair amount of work there. Hampton's down here north. There's 14,000 people in Hampton. There's Rye. There's probably 5,000 people in Rye. There's Portsmouth. Do a little work in Portsmouth, not that much. There's 20,000 to 25,000 people in Portsmouth. Stratham, they're probably around 8,000 people. Exeter has another 14,000 people. So that's generally my area. I do go out a little further sometimes, depending on the job. Sometimes Hampton Falls, which is another 4,000 people. So it's not a very big area. If you have a big area, then being listed in the Google listing is super important, because you'll certainly get more views than I'm getting. Real quick, I typed in kitchen remodel in Baltimore, okay, and then again the Google listing, local listing comes up, and then I clicked on the Google Plus page for trademark construction, and what do I get? They've had 183,000 views, and this probably, I'm going to guess, not a very long time. Probably, maybe it's taken a couple of more years than it has me. But this is I mean, out of 183,000, he's probably done done probably at least 50 jobs, and maybe that's lead to maybe he does home building too in other construction. But it's just this listing is super important. If you're down here, down at the bottom of the listing, then no, you're not going to get as many views. But if you bump yourself to the top, you're going to steal views from this trademark construction guy or this advanced remodeling guy. So this listing is just, it's measurable, and it's really silly not to be at the top, in the top 3 or on it at all. If you discover you're not on it at all, then you just throwing business out the door. Now let me show you how you can check to see where you are in this listing here. There's 2 ways to do it. Google knows, because they're smart, Google knows where my computer is, so it's going to come back with results that are relevant, and it would be more relevant to have people that do business in the Northampton, Hampton area in the seacoast of New Hampshire rather than Baltimore. So I have to type in kitchen remodel Baltimore in order to get results that are in the local listing page that are relevant in Baltimore. But there's another way to do it too. I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to hit search tools. You can see I'm located, they got me set up for Northampton, and then I'm going to add Baltimore. Hit set, and now when I hit search tools, it knows that I'm I'm searching in Baltimore, MD. So then when I just type in kitchen remodel, I hit enter, and you scroll down and you'll notice that the local listings are all Baltimore. Okay, so you can see where you're listed for any given town it's probably just easier typing the town in after kitchen remodel, but you can also do it by using this search function here. Okay, there's one other thing I want to show you that you got to be careful of when you're looking up results in Google, particularly this local listing here. See right here, this image right here indicates that I'm signed in. You don't want to be signed in, okay? You don't want to be signed in. So I'm going to sign out, and then to be even safer, you could do an incognito window. See, you've gone incognito. It tells you what this is if you want to read that. And then type in the same thing. Kitchen remodel. And you see kitchen gallery still on top because it has figured out, Google's figured out my location. Well, last time I probably changed is in Hampton Falls, but I'm really in Northampton. But in Hampton Falls, I'm ranked number 1 in the Google listing. So that's a very important part. You can't be signed in. You want to be signed out, and ideally you want to use a new incognito window. Now, if you would imagine, it doesn't just this Google listing, local listing, doesn't work with just kitchen remodel. If you type in countertops and hit enter, then the Google local listing shows up. If you type in cabinets, hit enter, again, Google listing pops up. Seven listings usually, and this is true for like a plumber. There's the Google listings again. Roofer, any kind of business, and sometimes this is rare, but there's only 2 listings here. It's basically Google wants local results because a lot of times national results aren't relevant to the people doing the search. Now, another important reason why this listing is important, I took a picture of, as you can see, my cell phone, and the listing is different on cell phones and on tablets. Google makes it very convenient for people to call. So Google knows it's a cell phone, and you notice that there's a call button. Okay, so when somebody clicks on that, boom, it's going to call the kitchen gallery or portfolio luxury kitchens or adaptations unlimited. So it's very easy, and you see people nowadays, they're using their cell phones everywhere. It's very easy for somebody using a tablet or a cell phone to call any business. So one other thing to notice is this listing, as you can see, is not alphabetical. Okay, Google has developed a formula to get on this list, and Google decides where you get placed based on what information is out there on the internet and what you've done to your listing. And it's quite a process, but there's a formula. And one of the important things about this formula is Google never likes to be force-fed, because it's going to think you're throwing spam at it and trying to manipulate the listing. Because obviously being in number 1 is a lot more valuable than being down at the bottom at number 7. But you can literally give Google what it wants, and this Kevin Roy guy could, if I don't pay attention, could bump me. And then he would essentially steal my views over the course of a year or several months, steal my views, and potentially certain customers would never know never know I exist. Now, I know this video has been pretty long, and I think you probably want to run through it one more time, just to, particularly because I'd want you to find out, and I showed you before how you can find out how you're listed in each town for the various keywords you input into Google. Again, you can change that by going to search tools. Again, I'm in Northampton, but you can change this to anything you want, or you could type in the town right after the keyword, this being the keyword in question, and that should give you local results here. And generally speaking, there's 7 local results. Sometimes there's less, but in most cases there's 7, particularly if you're in a larger area. Now, if you want to learn more about how to get in this listing, then, and after you feel comfortable with what I've already talked about, then I would encourage you to click on the button within the description or the button below this video, and it will take you to another video, and we'll talk more about how you can improve your listing if you're down at the bottom and get in the, you want to be in the top 3. That's really, you're stealing views from the guys down here in the bottom if you're in the top 3. So if you want to learn more about that, click on the button below.